A reading from the book of Revelation. A great sign appeared in the sky, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. During Pope Francis's visit to Mexico several years ago, I was moved by the amount of times I saw countless images of Our Lady of Guadalupe displayed at every gathering that he attended. I'd like to reflect with you on this magnificent image of Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe, since we just celebrated her feast on December the 12th, which I confess I myself have grown to love over the years. Now, as you may well know, in the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe, Mary is depicted as this pregnant woman clothed in the sun, and similar to the description we find in the book of Revelation, which I just read to you. But I want to say to you, we should not approach this symbolism, both depicted in the image of Our Lady of Guadalupe and described in the book of Revelation, in a superficial or merely sentimental way, because the woman clothed in the sun and with the moon at her feet is portrayed in the book of Revelation precisely as a warrior, because confronting her is this terrible dragon that is intent upon devouring her child as soon as it is born. This fearsome dragon, I mean, just imagine for a second. It has 7 heads and horns and crowns and so on. And imagine that you're a relative standing outside a maternity ward looking through the glass, and your relative, your aunt, your sister is about to give birth. And outside the hospital room is this terrible beast. I mean, that's the image we're meant to have. But this dragon is powerless against the woman and the child. We hear the book of Revelation tell us she gave birth to a son, a male child, destined to rule all the nations with an iron rod. And her child was caught up by God and is taken to his throne. So this little baby and his mother are more powerful than the most powerful armies in the world, than all of the political might in this world put together. This little baby and his mother, and I love to tell this to people, is stronger than any of the forces of evil, more powerful than any horrible problem which distresses you and imprisons you. Because through God's grace, this child is in fact delivered from danger. But the dragon, who is furious, sending a torrent of water from its mouth to sweep the mother and the child away, is powerless. In the wake of the child's birth, moreover, a war breaks out in heaven between the dragon and Michael and his angels. Back to Our Lady of Guadalupe, or as she's fondly known, the Lady of Tepeyac. She is a warrior as well. To Juan Diego, she says, "I am the ever Virgin Mary, Mother of the true God." And in so saying these words, she was actively dethroning any false claimant in that title. Standing in front of the sun and upon the moon with the stars of heaven arrayed on her cloak, which were put upon the tilma that Juan Diego wore, the lady was showing her superiority over the cosmic elements worshipped by the Aztec Indians. The gods in question were bloodthirsty deities, sanctioning imperialistic war and demanding human sacrifice. And Mary, she announced herself to be the mother of God, who demanded, interestingly enough, not violence, but who insisted that upon herself she comes as a woman of love, and she comes to confront the violence of the world. So she was thereby effectively calling out to the false gods in the name of the true God. Now, to be clear, in condemning the gods worshipped by the Aztecs, we are by no means exonerating the conquistadors who committed numerous atrocities and visited tremendous suffering upon the native people of the New World. What followed the apparitions of Tepeyac is, of course, one of the most astounding chapters in the history of the Christian evangelization. Though Franciscan missionaries who came with the conquistadors had been laboring in Mexico for 20 years, they had made very little progress with the native indigenous people. But within 10 years, and let me emphasize that again, within 10 years of the apparition of Our Lady of Guadalupe, practically the entire Mexican nation, 9 million strong at that time, converted to Christianity. Our Lady of Guadalupe had proved a more effective evangelist, believe it or not, than Peter or Paul or St. Patrick or St. Francis Xavier combined. And with that great national conversion, human sacrifices came to an end. She had done battle with fallen spirits and had won a culture, changing victory for the God of love. So the challenge is for us, believe it or not, to do the same. We who are so devoted to Mary, we have to get used to the idea of announcing in this world today the truth of the God of Israel, the truth of the God of Jesus Christ, the truth about our God who is a God of nonviolence and forgiving love. And we ought, like Our Lady of Guadalupe, be bearers of Jesus to a world that needs God more than ever.